If you had followed my channel in the last league, you know I had made so many Mjolnir builds in 0.3, pretty much every mace skill possible. I had tried to do that in the beginning of this league as well, on Titan and Oracle, but the old mechanic no longer works, and the results were a disaster. They nerfed attack speed so much on gloves and dual wielding, meaning you can only use single Mjolnir for satisfying attack speed. But lacking a second Mjolnir loses 4 levels or 5 levels on lightning spells. The lightning spell's damage is just not strong enough to be a meta build. Another fact is that they gutted Piety's Mercy, so the synergy with Herald of Thunder and Lightning Warp no longer works. So I gave up on my favorite weapon, thinking no Mjolnir builds this league is gonna match the meta level in the past. Until recently. Recently, I found some new techs and items that bring back the glory of Earthquake Mjolnir Thor Titan. The first tech is that in 0.4, you can reach 100% reduced skill effect duration through Hulking Form, 3 passive clusters, and Palm of Dream Scepter. This allows you to abuse 4 skills with duration in this build: Earthquake, Hammer of Gods, Time of Need, and Orb of Storms. For Earthquake, the real damage comes from its aftershock, but the aftershock usually takes a long time to trigger. By reaching 100% skill effect duration, there is 0 delay for aftershock to activate. It procs instantly. Same thing with Hammer of Gods, but by reaching 100% skill effect duration reduction, right now the Hammer of duration is 0.03 seconds. And in reality, when you press it, the damage actually happens before the hammer falls down, which is funny. For Time of Need, with compression duration to socketed, you can reduce the duration between blessings to 0.06 seconds, which is crazy because not only it heals you crazy fast, but also you're immune to all the curses and the ailments, elemental ailments, so you'll never get slowed, ignited, shocked. Let me show you what happens when I turn off, because currently I have Berserker and the Ring to reduce my HP by like 15% per second. I turn off Time of Need, my HP goes down. Ooh! But when I turn it on, instant full. Charges like crazy. This means as long as you're not getting one-shotted, you'll never get cursed, you'll never get any elemental ailment, and you'll never die. And you can spend your life however you want. For the skill Orb of Storm, usually it has a duration, and then the duration expires, you'll get a lightning infusion seed. In this case, the orb duration is reduced to 0.12 second, which means as soon as you cast it, it'll be gone, and you will get a lightning infusion. And we socket it in Thunder God's Wrath to power up our arc, which I'll come to later. So this 100% skill effect duration reduction tech works with every other skill with duration. It doesn't matter how long the duration is, they will all effectively be reduced to 0. So the potential to explore other builds is huge. The second discovery I had is this new item called the Bursting Decay Onset Ring. And I think it's the best ring for life stacking warriors. It adds a ton of flat fist damage. I'm not even stacking that much life yet. My current life is 3600, but if I take this ring off, keep an eye on my Earthquake. Right now it's 48k DPS. I take the ring off, it's 23k. So it pretty much doubles your damage. And of course, I have it corrupted to 4, which is super expensive. You can get a 3-1 for a cheaper price. I'll explain more about this item later. The downside of this ring is you lose a lot of life, max life per second, and I double it with my with the Calandra's Touch ring. I mirror this ring, so I'm losing 12% of max life per second. Plus the Berserker, I'm losing even more. But like we talked about before, we have the Time of Need with the cooldown of 0.06 seconds. Even with this much life loss, I'm constantly healed to full. The third thing is the rage buff. We have this new buff, Eternal Rage, which will keep your rage full, so you'll always get the benefit from Berserker, and the downside of Berserker of losing life is also compensated by the supercharged Time of Need. And we also have this new passive called the Mystical Rage. Every rage will grant you increased spell damage, which will benefit for our lightning spell damage. The Mjolnir builds are hybrid builds. You need both attack damage and spell damage. So the rage buff, in this case, benefits both. The fourth discovery is this little new AOE cluster I have found right here. It gives 18, 18, and then 27. So that's a total of what, 63%, which is huge. Because we want to use Earthquake as our main skill. With the instant aftershock that does a ton of damage, we need to expand its AoE range that was nerfed in 0.3 as much as possible. This cluster of AoE, along with other AoE clusters and magnifying effect, we can have up to 6.2 meters radius for the aftershock of Earthquake. And it will be even larger when we have Fist of War 3 that doubles the Ancestral Boost effect. And we have Ancestral Empowerment, so every second slam is ancestrally boosted. So it's pretty big. Not as big as before. In 0.2 I think it was 9 meters, but it's pretty good still. And if you're farming Temple, you get that buff that will double this AoE range or make it super big, and it'll cover pretty much the entire screen. Now let's go over the other skills. Thunder God's Wrath, try to get it up to level 20. That way you can socket an extra. I put Rakia's Flow in it, so yeah, it'll be extra damage when the monster has elemental resistance. For mapping, you want to put Orb of Storms and Arc and Sion's Temper, and this, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it gives 3 extra levels because, like I said, Orb of Storm now have 0 duration. It'll instantly give you a Lightning Infusion, which will power up your Arc for mapping. It's very efficient, kill the small... It'll clear better the monsters that are outside your Earthquake range, and your Earthquake will one-shot the single targets. And if you're farming Pinnacle Boss, you want to do Ball Lightning, Lightning Warp, and Zenith. And this is going to be more damage, a little bit more damage for a single target. Impurity, Precision, Vitality. Yeah, this is more for the Chaos Resistance. This buff comes from our Palm of Dream. You can put anything in there, it won't cost you any spirit. Don't worry about the Mace Strike, we're not using them here. These are just backup gems that I'm using to test the stuff. Earthquake is our main guy. Usually in the past leagues, I only have the DPS of Earthquake to up to like 20k at the most, but now I am at 48k. It's stronger than ever. I'm using Magnified Area to make it bigger, a Rapid Attack to make it attack as fast as possible. Atuli's Bloodletting, because we're not using Blood Magic in this build, I want to have a little bit of mana for 2 reasons. One is I'm using Mind Over Matter, so an extra layer of defense, because I'm not investing any armor in this build. We use Atuli's Bloodletting in here. And another reason I use mana in this is because I can get to use this one right here. It gives 15% more attack speed while not on low mana. And my mana is always full because I use Atuli's Bloodletting and Life Tap. So, and I have Life Leech on my gloves, which I'll come to later. And then I'll use this one, the Embrace one. This is an expensive one, but it breaks armor. And when it fully breaks armor, the Earthquake will do more damage to bosses. And the Hammer of Gods, which is primarily physical damage, will also do more damage to the boss. So we're breaking the armor, and it gives more chaos damage. And Fist of War 3, like I said, we have Ancestral Empowerment. So every second slam is ancestrally boosted, which have the double effect, which means you have 60% more damage and 50% increase the area of effect every second slam. It's pretty nice. And I put Earthquake on weapon set 1. Well, my set 1 passives, which I'll come to later, has all the AOE clusters, as much as I can get. Next skill is Hammer of Gods. I put it on weapon set 2. Weapon set 2 don't need AOE range. I put those into damage, into aftershock. We have this one called the Xerxes Infamy, because we are spending life with our Earthquake, which will quickly feed glory through this support gem to Hammer of Gods. So if you can see, I spam Earthquake 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hammer of Gods ready. Instant proc. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hammer of Gods ready. So if you're spamming Hammer of Gods, you have like a tough single target, and then you can rotate with. You spam Earthquake, and then you meet a single target, can't kill right away. You throw a Hammer of Gods, it'll proc instantly. This support gem will bypass the original condition for triggering Hammer of Gods, which is to heavy stun the enemy. So in this case, we'll just and also because we're using Festival 3, which is a cost multiplier of 200% and artillery, so it'll consume a lot of life on Earthquake, which is fine because our time of need will heal our life to full, and the consumed life will feed a lot of glory to Hammer of Gods through Xerxes Infamy. Super good. Festival 3, the first hits will always be ancestrally boosted in a boss fight, and then every second one is ancestrally boosted and apply the double effect. A bleed, because main damage is physical, so a little extra bleeding for the bosses. Rage Force, because we're always on full rage and we don't have any other skills that cost rage. This will add more damage. And this one too, because we're on set, because the Hammer of Gods is on set 2, so this one adds another 30% damage. Leaf Slam is our traveling skill. Occasionally you can use it to hit boss as well. Because we invest so much AoE, the AoE range is quite big, quite large for Leaf Slam. So if you prefer to use Leaf Slam as your damage and traveling skill, you can do both at the same time. We have momentum for more damage. We have hit and run. So because I have enough spirit for blink, what I do is I do Leaf Slam, and then as soon as I land, I hit blink immediately. So I travel even more. And when you're traveling out, when you do a Leap Slam and a blink, usually you are already 10 meters away. The hit and run will apply the 40% more skill speed, which is a lot for your next Leap Slam. Magnifying area, Fist of War, the same as before, left tap. So, Berserker, we have full rage with the Eternal Rage buff. So, this effect is always on. So you want as high level as possible. I still need to upgrade the level of it with this Omen. And as Desire, these two give 4 extra levels, because the level and the additional quality both increase the rage effect. So super nice. And Dallas Desire saves a little bit of spirit for this one, I think. It's only 27. Yeah, not 20. Not 30. Eternal Rage for rage generating. Actually, I'll put this one here. This one not doing anything. Time of Need, our lifesaver in this one. So, blink only if you have enough spirit. Blasphemy, the same if you have enough spirit. I put Temporal Chains here because we are not investing any armor in this build. The only defense we have is our life and our mana. So being a melee class, you're still getting hit a lot, especially when you're jumping into a lot of monsters. The Blasphemy will help you survive a little more. So not all hits are hitting you. But like I said, when you don't have any debuff, and you're spamming Time of Need, as long as you're not getting a super big hit, you won't die. The only other occasion which might be dangerous is the abyssal green zone that stops all of your life regen, including Time of Need. You want to get out of that zone as soon as possible if you're in it. And also the rare monster modifier that reduce your life to from generation over 50%, that still applies. So yeah, just be careful in those situations. And for boss fight, watch out for boss move. Do not take super big hit. You still get one shot. Other than that, you won't die. It's pretty safe. Let's go over the gears. For Mjolnir, you want a level 21 is the best. So you can socket extra ones to make it full use. You want as much attack speed as possible, and you want as much as increased physical damage as possible. I spent 5k divine figuring this build out. I could not afford a better Mjolnir. Maybe some of you can. Otherwise, I would get this one a little bit higher, but I prioritize attack speed because I just love attack speed. I love spamming Earthquake a little faster. And I did digging. Apparently level 20 Thunder God's Wrath cannot coexist with +5 to levels or lightning skills. So I just chose +4. I just chose level 20 Thunder God's Wrath because one level lightning skills is not that big of a deal. Lightning skills in this one is like half the damage. It helps, but it's not dominant, because your Earthquake or Aftershock is doing so much damage. And for the rune, I do extra chaos for extra damage. It applies to all of your attack and spell damage. This is a major reason that this build gets to work, because the 4 levels will make up for the damage of a second Mjolnir that's supposed to boost up the levels of your lightning spells. So I would not use any other helmet. Some of you might think there's the crown one that turns spell damage into attack damage. Might work here. I tried that one. Yeah, this one's better. It's more expensive. It's better. It gives a quick chance for your lightning spells and gives chaos resistance, so it's better. And try to get one with the spirit if you need spirit, and socket max rage. For the amulet, I went with spell skill levels instead of melee skills, because I think I don't want a little balance, because it's a hybrid build. My gloves and my Prisma Diamond already give enough levels for Earthquake. It's one shooting anything but the boss, pretty much. So I went with spell skill, so it gives the levels to my lightning spells. And other than that, I'm stacking life. Resistance, and spirit. The reason I'm stacking life is because of this ring. Oh yeah. This ring is so broken. It gives so much damage to your attack skills. And it gives rarity, and it gives chaos resistance. It's just the best, but you have to use it only with the Time of Need to help you heal back. I cannot, because you can't corrupt this line off for the ring. It's impossible. So this downside can only be fixed with the Time of Need. Maybe if you're playing Lich, you can avoid this line by locking your HP. But other than that, I cannot think of any other way to reduce the downside. And we are mirroring this ring, so we're having like 12%. And we need to stack as much life as possible. The more life you have, the more physical flat damage you will have. Like I said, the 4% one is very, very expensive. This one, I was lucky. I got it for 1,200 divines. The other 2 on the market I saw was 2,900 divines. And of course, after this video is out, it's going to be like a mirror. The 3% of maximum life ones are over 100 divines already. Because obviously other people have figured out this tech, and they're using the ring. So those are also expensive. But if you can afford it, you can get a 3% with double corruption, get a second corrupt with more chaos resistance or elemental resistance or a skill speed. So yeah, and you mirror it, so the damage is huge. Palm of Dream is a must-have for this build. You need at least 8. So Hulking form with the 3 skill effect reduction duration clusters will get you up to 92%. This one over here, these 2 over here, and this cluster right here. You need at least 8% on Palm of Dream to reach 100%. And it has to be with Hulking form, so it's Titan only. If you play this with other class, you will reach about 80%, I think, 82%. It'll still work pretty nice, but it won't be as good as this one, because all the skills, remember, not just Earthquake, Hammer of Gods, Orb of Storm, but also this one, Time of Need, is also affected. The difference is huge. 100% and 80%, the difference is very big. It's not the same. So it's a must-have. And this one helps you with the clearing, of course. For the chest piece, I use this one because I want as much life as possible, because the more life, the more damage you get from Onset Ring. So I have a Grand Regalia with attributes, with max life, and to fill up the resistance, and I socket all increased max life. So, and for your belt, I use Hunter's Belt, and then I got a double corrupt with 2 resistances to help with to cover the resistances. Because usually your ring covers your resistance by a lot, but this one, it only gives you chaos resistance. But the chaos resistance with the ring and mirror it and the buff from Palm of Dreamer, it should cover all of your chaos resistance pretty easily. So every other non-unique pieces, you can focus on elemental resistance. For gloves, I want as much attack speed as possible, and I got the 2 melee skills and life, because life gets damage, and I leech mana, because I'm using mind over matter. I'm using mana as an extra layer of defense. If you don't want to take this one, you can still have 8% of damage taken from mana, and you can get a rune on your body armor to get another 15% of damage taken from mana. So your mana is not always taking damage. Only part of it is taken by mana. But you do want a little bit of source of this mana. So if in a boss fight, so you're taking a hit from the boss, your mana is emptied, you can leech it right back, and it'll take all the damage, absorb all the damage first. So your damage, your life, it's like you have 4.5k life, with this and your life and mana combined. So for boots, same thing, resistance, max life, and I get a little bit of armor on them to help with it. For your charm, because we're not taking any elemental ailment, they got cancelled by Time of Need instantly, so we can put this one here for bleed and this one here for poison, because poison and bleed are not elemental ailment. They can still apply, but they don't do anything because we have a lot of heal from this. So that's it for the gears. Let's go to the passives and the jewels. First thing on passive is you want to grab these 3 clusters for reduced skill effect duration we talked about. There's 1 over here, there's 2 over here, then there's the 3rd one is over here. Of course, they're all empowered by Hulking form to reach 100%, and we're using Astral Empowerment. I thought about using the mysterious lineage for more life because it gives the ring more flat damage, but ancestral boost is very important. It gives not just the damage but also the area of effect. So other than that, my weapon set 1 is for earthquake with a lot of AOE because its AOE is so nerfed. I got this cluster, I got this cluster, I got this cluster, and I got this here. I went all the way down here for this huge cluster that gives 63%. It's too good to be missed. Other than that, weapon set 2 is just for more damage for a hammer, you know, and aftershock, and this one so the bleed can last with a bigger magnitude. And this, because we're using a linear support gem, it generates glory, and when you consume glory to hit hammer of thunder, hammer of God, it's gonna apply this damage. It's pretty sweet right here. And I got this rage cluster for max rage. This also is for the physical damage for a hammer of God. So that's pretty simple. Oh yeah, we allocated this one mystic rage. Every rage grants 2% increased spell damage for our lightning spells because we have so much rage. We have like 51 rage constantly, so this one gives 100% increased spell damage for our lightning. And this one, the Metalomaniac diamond for this one is very expensive, like 1,000 divines. So I allocated this one on my amulet. And for Metalomania, you can do anything you want. It's a bug, it doesn't show, but for my Metalomaniac, I prioritize attack speed. You can get this one, acceleration, it gives movement speed and skill speed, but this one is also expensive. So I went for gonna have to cut this part until I find it. So I went for this one, Sand and Ice. This one's relatively cheap. You know, it also gives the same amount of attack speed, just missing the 3 movement speed, but it's okay. Not a big deal. And oh yeah, this is the AOE cluster as well. What else? Oh yeah, I use Amu right here and turn CI into Sacrifice of Flash, which will guarantee every hit you take from the enemy, you're only taking 80% of the damage right away. The 20% is prevented. But we don't care about the slow loss over 4 seconds because time of need will heal you to full instantly. I also got the a diamond for this one, for this cluster, because this cluster gives a lot of pretty nice ones. This one gives physical damage. This one I'm supposed to get when I level up. It gives you spell damage, wielding Mjolnir for your lightning spells. It gives you some juicy critical damage for your lightning spells. This one, because your mana is always full, it gives a lot of attack speed for that one. And this one gives you a lot of attributes. Even though we use the tribal mask to avoid... Yeah, that's another reason you use tribal mask. So the crazy, ridiculous requirements of Mjolnir, both strength and intelligence, will be ignored. But you still need 157 intelligence for your lightning spells, level 21 lightning spells. And the rest of the jewels is up to you. I got the crit ones because I just stole them from my blood mage. They don't really make much difference because everything is already at diminishing return. You can, really do whatever you want in here. I tried to also get the ruby that gives extra life, 2%, but it really doesn't give that much. So yeah, whatever you want. So this build mapping is just too easy, almost boring. Every rare monster get one shot. I can't wait to build up the temple on my Titan and run this build with 63 rare monster buffs, including the super speed and the super big AoE range. I really wish in 0.5 the temple progress can be shared between characters. because right now I only have the temple built up in my blood mage. For Titan, I have to spend a few more days build a new temple, but it's worth it because I'm playing because this is my favorite build. For bossing, you just watch out for the big hits and then spam Earthquake 4 times and then do Hammer of Gods when the glory is full. Yeah, easy peasy. Anyways, if you're still playing, I hope you enjoy this build. Peace.